So, how are you doing? Are you growing in Christ-likeness? Are you getting better? Do you have a growing sense of joy? Are you pleased with the path that you're on? Do you like the trajectory of your life? Are you becoming kinder, less angry, more loving? Are you becoming more like Jesus? Have you surprised yourself lately with growth? Have others said to you, wow, I think you're really changing. What's going on? Or does it seem like the path that you're on is stalled? And if you're stalled, do you have any idea what you're doing wrong or what you're not doing that you should be doing? So our passage this week is focused on two specific groups of people. There are lots of groups of people out there. There are obviously those who do not believe in any God or see any sense of purpose for religion. There are people who do not believe in God but now do see a sense of purpose for religion. The whole Richard Dawkins and others that declare themselves cultural Christians, or they advocate a civilizational Christianity. Then there are people who believe in God and affirm all types of religion, which is not what we would call Christianity. In our first week in Galatians chapter 1, I read out of Romans 1 and noted that religion, everybody believes in God, but there's some specific things that we get called to, and that religion is sort of this generic belief that rules and rituals make us good people. We're better than others. And qualify us for God's love. And then I pointed out, by that definition, Christianity is not a religion. For starters, someone that's really following Christ would not understand themselves to be better than others. They would not assume that their non-Christian friends are somehow morally inferior to them. They would not assume that because someone is a Christian means that they're automatically a better father or mother or boss or neighbor or something like that. They would be a little bit more self-aware of their own sin and their own moral failure. But the bigger point about Christianity not being a religion is this whole idea that religion, sort of by most definitions, understands that we're reaching up to God. Christianity is this I do. And we would say, no, it's not. God reaches down. Christianity is not this I do, it's this He has done. Jesus did for us what needed to be done. So the fourth group, so I mentioned three groups: don't believe in God, don't believe in God and see no value in religion, don't believe in God, see value in religion, believe in God sort of generically and have a religious view. The fourth group takes a step closer to Christianity, but still misses, and we've been talking about those in this camp through much of the letter of Galatians, and that was, you had those people that said, yes, you need to believe in Jesus. The Judaizers, who were Jews who had become Christians, well, they were arguing for Christianity, but they were saying, you need to believe in Jesus and you need to do these particular kinds of works, and they had a whole set of religious rituals and Jewish customs that you needed to embrace. And so I've been making a big deal out of saying it's not faith plus works equals salvation, but faith in Jesus equals salvation plus works. This week we're looking at people who would subscribe to the correct formula, like faith in Jesus is all that's needed. Faith in Jesus is going to equal salvation, and then that is going to be affirmed by good works. If the good works aren't there, then the equation doesn't balance. You got to figure out what you're doing wrong. Works do not earn, but they validate that God is doing work in our life. But there's still two groups left, and they both affirm that faith equals salvation plus works. They understand that we're saved by grace through faith, not of ourselves, as a gift of God. But they disagree on exactly how it is that we grow. So in theological language, we're going to say, they agree on the justification question, but disagree on the sanctification question. So they agree on how we are adopted into the family of God. It's a gift of God through grace, through Jesus, but they disagree on the process of how we become more Christ-like. That's what we're going to be focusing on this week. Pick this up tomorrow. Have a good day.